Welcome to Giants Blitz. I'm your host, Tim Amey, and this is our show about all things community football. And today, one of my favorite people of all time in this game, Chel Sanghera. How are you, sweetie?
I am doing fantastic.
Why are you so fantastic?
Because Chase is signed with the Miami Dolphins.
And that's Chase Claypool, of course, who's a little soap opera drama. Is that fair? Played out in the media a little bit. You talked to him on Thursday. How's he feeling?
You know what? Chase has a good mindset when it comes to resilience. He played grassroots football with us. He knows what he's doing. He's gone a long way.
What could be more challenging than that?
Absolutely. But you know what? I think he's a great kid. He came from the neighborhood, and he's went a long way. And along that journey, there was a lot of challenges. He's going to be just fine.
Perfect. Now, the real reason we're here, and you're sporting the swag, this lovely T-shirt, is you're running the game this year for 2024. And now, just for the uninitiated, tell us, what is the game about?
The game is actually this year in tribute to Davis Sanchez, and you see him on TSN Edge. Davis is from BC, and his football journey took him to the field here at CFL, NFL, and TSN. So we're going to honor him, and we're going to have 6 teams, 3 levels, 6 teams coming together from all over province to honor him. It's a Davis Sanchez Day, and the kids are going to learn how to live their power.
There we go. And that's the theme, live your power, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the game, just so you know, it's just a showcase game, or not just, but it's a showcase game. And kids now, tryouts, workouts, how's it work?
So October 20th, we're opening up registration on the Facebook page. It's called the Game BCCFA Showcase. And registration will go live. We're only keeping it open till December 31st. And then once all the kids are signed up, we will go to the zones and assess them so we can draft teams and have an online draft.
Oh, that's exciting. And now you're going across the province.
Yes.
Nice.
All our games are across the province.
So is there one central game, or are the games going to be several games around?
Sorry, wrong. All our players come from across the province. The game, hopefully, will be here in Chilliwack.
We hope.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll get it here. I know a guy. It'll work out. So registration is in October.
October 20.
Now, October 20, and you get on Facebook, and that's the important thing. What does the game do? Not football, the game, your showcase game. What does that do for the kids participating? Like, what is the benefit for them?
So a lot of our game kids, they actually come from the rural areas. So if you know my history, I love doing showcase games for kids who do not have, the big city stuff. So they come in from rural areas, a lot of them from Prince George up north, Kamloops, Kelowna, the island, and Fraser Valley, a lot of them. What it does is it's a football experience. So we know you can play football. They all are playing right now. We know they can. But a lot of the people are forgetting that football is about having fun. It's about showcasing, and when you feel good, you play good. So what we try to do is not only coach them up to play the game that day, we work on their mindset. We talk about having fun, team bonding, singing, finding your power, how to talk to a coach, and how to talk to a manager. If you have an issue, talk to Mama C. You can go right up there and talk to me, and we can have a conversation. And that's what I want the kids to learn, is all these things that they're not normally doing back home on their season teams. Come out, have a different football experience. Not necessarily better, but it ends up being better. I know it does. And they always come back. They always come back.
There we go. And also, there's there's that side. You work with different coaches that you don't get to work with normally. You're playing with different players you don't get to see normally, and that just sort of builds your emotional intelligence on the field.
Absolutely, and the thing is, getting to know kids in other areas. When they treat this like a summer camp, so they'll come and they'll play, and we'll come back next year. See you next year. Same with that coach, and the bonds that I have with kids on the island, up north, Kamloops. They go on forever. Even I have kids that play, in Montreal or whatnot, and they played for me in the past. That bond is forever, and sometimes when you're far away, you just need that word of encouragement. So you got somebody to text and say, this is what's going on. And I can say, live your power.
Live your power. Okay. And it'll be broadcast on VBN. But also, they get some of these kids in front of scouts, too, because a lot of scouts from across Canada Western U.S., some of the colleges and the JUCO programs will tune in. So, I mean, they do get some exposure they don't normally get.
Yes, and they get their exposure, and then they also get sideline player interviews. They also get video. And so a lot of these kids don't have that. So when they come and they play well, they have all these clips to send out. And yes, you're right, people do contact us.
Yeah. Okay, so the kids also come in, they get to play with different coaches. They get to sideline with different players they've never seen before, and that really does help their emotional intelligence on the field.
Absolutely. And they, make friends. They treat it like a summer camp. And not only that, one of the great moments we had was at the end of insertion camp. We were waiting for this one team. And I just sang one line from the song, and the whole team started singing.
What song?
And it's one of the songs. I only know the I Want It That Way.
I want it that way. Backstreet Boys.
Tell me why. And then
Backstreet Boys.
Ain't nothing but a heartache. And then they sang "Oh Canada," which I was very, very proud of them. But this is the kind of thing that happens, that vibe that you get with you've got great kids you're playing with, great coaches, you're feeling at the top of your game. So guess what? All that emotion just bubbles up and it comes over, and you're letting loose. You're feeling good. You feel good. You play good.
Now we'll be broadcasting the game on VBN, and scouts will be watching from across Canada, usually Western U.S. What's the advantage? I mean, how does that help some of the kids from the rural areas?
Well, scouting, and I used to do heavily that kind of thing, helping the boys go to second level. And, I think it's important that what we're doing here in BC, we're not as great in, football exposure as other places, and certainly not the States. But we have the right things in place, live footage, player interviews, things that they can clip and use again. And, believe it or not, there are universities in the States that do contact me for something different. And so, like I say, you can do anything you want in life, but you just got to align yourself with that opportunity.
You do. And I mean, a lot of the kids coming from like the island up north, north of Prince George, they don't get the video exposure that they do with the Giants with, where you go on chilliwackgiants.com kind of thing. So, I mean, that just is just one more tool for them to get discovered and send their tapes out. Okay, so what's the registration date again?
October 20th.
And you get it on?
The Facebook page, BCCFA, the game showcase.
Go Dolphins. Tim Amey, Giants Blitz. Chel Sanghera. Thanks for tuning in.